The wheels appear to be coming off one by one of the Wells Fargo stagecoach. First, the Senate Banking Committee is gearing up right now to confront the bank's CEO, John Stumpf, over the phony account scandal. Hearings begin tomorrow, but there's this. In just the last half hour, Wells Fargo is saying that risk manager Claudia Roos Anderson has made the, quote, personal decision to take a leave of absence. Let's bring in Camden Fine. He's the CEO of the Independent Community Bankers of America. You're the little guys here, not the big behemoths like Wells Fargo. What do you think about what's going on with Wells Fargo?
Well, Wells Fargo has tarnished the name of every community banker in this country. I can tell you this, Liz, Wells Fargo is a lot of things, but they're not a community bank. If they were a community bank, Mr. Stumpf and his senior executive team would be in very hot water, both professionally and as a bank with the bank regulatory agencies. Well,
he's at least in simmering water, because starting tomorrow he'll face the Senate Banking Committee. What do you think should happen to him? I mean, he was in charge. It's very hard to believe that these accusations of setting up fake ghost accounts just to charge customers without their knowledge over 5 years didn't somehow cross his desk at some point. 5,300 little employees, the smaller guys who were, I read one on a Reddit, they were making $11 an hour.
Right.
5,300 of those people have stepped down, but no top executives in the wake of this. They did pay a $185 million fine,
right,
but it was stretched out over 5 years that this behavior was somehow not noticed by him. What should happen with John Stumpf? What should he do?
This is typical of what's been happening with all the senior executives at several of the mega banks around this country. Mr. Stumpf and his senior executives should be held to the same standards that a community bank CEO and their executives are held to.
Which are what standards?
Which the bank regulatory agencies come in, they look at these executives personally, they can fine them, they can bar them from the industry. Sometimes they refer them to the Department of Justice or local prosecutors to see if there was any civil or criminal wrongdoing. All of these things are events that happen to community bank CEOs. Mr. Stumpf and his executives should be held to the same legal and regulatory standards that any other bank CEO and bank executives are held to when there is wrongdoing in their organizations.
And by the way, does it surprise you that Carrie Tolstedt was the community, I use that term loosely here because you guys are the real community bankers, but she was Wells Fargo's community bank chief. She exited in July with a $125 million pay package. Should some of that be clawed back?
All of that should be clawed back. That's just disgraceful. You know, when a community bank CEO is charged with wrongdoing or any kind of impropriety in their bank, not only are their assets seized, they're generally referred to the local prosecutors. So they not only lose the income they had from the bank, they lose their home, their car, they're prosecuted, their name is in the local paper, they're disgraced.
Well, we're watching the stock. Right now it's slightly higher by about 1.5%, but it has been hit in the wake of this. Camden, good to see you. Thank you. I know you'll be watching like we'll be watching tomorrow. Independent Community Bankers of America CEO and President Camden Fine.